Latent Ethan.
Welcome back, everyone. I never pinged the Discord. We're doing it right now. Can you believe it? I didn't even ping the Discord. What the hell? I knew I forgot something. Thank you. Thank you. No, I don't want to brainstorm my ideas. Why can't they do something useful like give me an auto post feature for Discord? That would be useful. Here, do the thing at 20, same time as always. Right now, and I type my big fat fingers. Okay, and full attention back to the show. Welcome back, everybody. It's 8 o'clock on the 19th of August. Today would be a Tuesday. Welcome to the show. Don't forget, if you're watching live or if you're watching later, Discord join link is in the description, and we've added the Spotify link now too. You're watching Scuffed Epoch. I'm Drift Johnson, and we were formerly 5 Below 5 UK, but that all seems so long ago now. So welcome everybody. Glad to see the regulars in the chat. So let's have a look and see who's here. We got Apolloni Art. We got Jacob Dahlstrom. We have Boyo's Marvelous Medicine. He seems to be having a little bit of an issue with Google. Or Google has an issue with him. We'll see. I never pinged the Discord. Whoopsie-doo. It's done now. Apolloni Art, welcome again. I never pinged the Discord. I know. Thank you so much for telling me. I would have completely forgotten to do it. I just would have done the whole show without even realizing. Anyway. Furnicar. Battlecruiser operational. And your battles cruiser is what? Hang on, you guys are brainwashing me. Gordon's not alive, says Boyo. And Furnicar liked and subscribed. So welcome to the show. You're looking at my fusion of the two pre-trained Loras. We're going to be, obviously, I'm doing a 50x WAN 2.2 Lora pack. I think there might be 49 in there. But it's close enough, guys. Come on. Maybe I'll train one more now. I haven't seen any of these. Occasionally my agent is putting some text on the screen, but it's very rare, like 1 or 2 clips. I think we've got 50 videos here. My plan is basically to air these in a little bit of slow motion with maybe some transition effects, as we explore the world of abstract chaos, which is in the style of cyber society. Because I retrained it all. And yeah. So it looks like it started going round in circles again. Yes. So we did do the entire data set. I think that's the last one. 54 videos? Yes, we got 54 videos. It starts at 4, so that's 50 videos. So you are looking at 50 videos. And what we've done is we've fed the data set for one of the Loras in with another Lora, which was trained on its parent. It's complicated, but it's like a figure of 8. It's a feedback loop. 2 snakes are eating each other. Whatever you want to do. And partly we're bleeding out what the model wants to do, because we've treated a data set with the model itself. So in other words, these are the sorts of things it wants to make when you do image generation. So, you know, within reason, because sometimes the prompt doesn't really match, we are using an agent to do all of the prompts. So I feed the caption that it was trained on into the agent. The agent enhances it for image to video. And that's why you're getting like sort of cloud effects and things sometimes. Sometimes that works really well, sometimes it doesn't. Also like lighting changes. My plan is to slow this down a lot. Like maybe 25% if I can get away with it. It's going to be tough to keep it looking nice though, because I think this has come out pretty good. It's got my All my post effects done. We only did a 1.5 upscale on this, so I think we could probably do a 2x upscale without suffering from a big time penalty. And then like reduce it to what we need it to be. And it might end up coming out nicer. Usually you get a bit of contrast out of it, but it's nothing you can't do with a slider in post. So we're exploring the world of cyber society through the lens of abstract chaos. So I created a completely new model called Abstract, and then we've used the chaos model for composition. So abstract chaos was full of all these swirls with a sort of above and below concept. So you'll notice there's a lot of things on top and things underneath. There's a bit of a science fiction thing going on here, but there's also, see, like this, like Yggdrasil trees, but made of like wires and wavy colors and things like this. Like this. So, like I said, I would say this proves they look sensational on your 40-inch TV. I'm so glad to hear that, Apolloni, because we have done the full works on this. It's like ready to go. It's ready to go. The only thing I'm going to do is slow it down a bit so that I get more runtime. Because it's that good, I think you could probably get away with it. The issue is finding out exactly how slow you can make it. But I'm really happy with these. You know, do I care about a little bit of flicker? No. Do I care about a little bit of scrambling here and there? Not at all. The subject's in focus, the concept's there. It's actually kind of dreamy. I actually feel like we're able to explore these worlds that we've been creating. Because remember, these models were created using descriptions from the books that we're... So we've got stories. We want to illustrate stories. We've fed all of that into the machine, made a bunch of artwork, and then now here they are. See those like swirly clouds? The in-law is because it's like they're chemicals. You know, they're like chemical elements. And it's all like, it's all part of the law. Like, what does that even look like? And so the AI is trying to imagine it. Which is really interesting. Full Dive Media says, how are you doing today? How are you all doing today? I'm doing great. Having a great time. Like I said, these videos are sensational. And the joke is, it's like one. This is just one setup. I'll show you how we made these. And you'll be thinking to yourself, hang on a minute. Doesn't that mean that I could just take my favorite Model A and my favorite Model B, do what you did, and then I could be getting this level of quality from anything I feed into it? And the answer is yes. We're entering a new age of style transfer, in my opinion. These have a Final Fantasy cutscene majesty to them, says Boyo. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Because like I said, the model's got it in him. This is just a discovery. I didn't meticulously plan this. We've just used the same techniques that we normally use. And because the model is so good, boom. It just works. It just works. Because we were doing this, in a way, the workflow was correct, but the model had problems, you know what I mean? I'm starting to realize that there's such a thing as a Swiss cheese neural net, where it's kind of like missing stuff. But I don't want to make assumptions, all right? All I'm saying is these uncensored models, once fine-tuned, seem to give you really nice results. Now, you know, am I trying to, you know, get awards for this? No. What I've done here is I've taken 2 pre-trained Loras. We explained it yesterday how we did it. And we're going for this kind of composition. Split down the middle, bit of camera movement. It would be much better once we have like the camera motion, you know, like, because well, we do have it. The WAN fun models are out, but that's not what the show's about today. We like to pace ourselves. You know, you can eat too much candy. But I'm really happy with these. Like I said, they've all come out really well. If you saw the original images, sometimes the first image is deviated from, but these are pretty on point. They're pretty on point. And the reality is they were all generated with WAN. So the first image was generated with WAN, using my prompt sets or whatever. And in fact, the images that we used to train the models were also made with WAN 2.2. So we did WAN 2.2 text to image, took the best images, upscaled them, trained them again, you know, recaptioned and trained them, put them together, and then fed in a data set through an enhancer. Bang. And now we're exploring the world. It does take a little bit of time to make these. And I did experiment with Extendo from the old LTXV workflows. So, you know, grab the last frame of the video and use that to generate the next one to try and chain them. And while that does work, you might find that it's actually not, because you need camera control. So in other words, like, you know, say you want the camera to zoom in. If you had like the next one start at the last frame and zoom in, it might discolor a little bit because sometimes it can, you know, not match the colors. But aside from that, it should work. But the problem was random camera movement. Same as LTX. When you chain it together, there's no way to control what the camera's going to do. So even though you get a long video, it kind of goes this way, that way, this way, and it kind of doesn't even make any logical sense. But anyway, this is pretty awesome. So I thought I'd just let this play for a bit at the start of the show, have a little chat about it, and see what you all are getting up to on this fine Tuesday evening. Welcome, welcome. So what about this 50 Lora giveaway thing? Well, I put all my WAN 14B, A14B Loras into one Hugging Face for easy cloning to your run pod or whatever instance. Now obviously you can just comment out the ones you don't need or add in the ones you do. But it's going to be a run. There's going to be a run pod template as well. So anyway, we've got a couple of things to look at tonight. But yeah, I was surprised with how clean this is actually. Like, I've added noise to blur it a little bit. Let's see. Boyo says, I found that WAN to make image, then Kriya or preferred Quen makes good skin. Different bag to art style, but best of both worlds. Ah, yeah, for photorealism. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. Fernicar says, I'm happy too. The series is going places. It's shocking to find out what the bigger picture is. Well, can you imagine a world engine that was using this data? So then I don't even need to prompt, because it's just going to be like, oh, well, there's these over here and them over there. Yo, NC17, welcome to the show. Thanks so much. Like I say, all of these Loras are publicly available. You will have to put in your own open router API key. And I do use Sonnet 4 for the prompt enhancer. But it's the same prompt enhancer I already gave out in the ENH system, which is just a loader for system prompts. And so we can feed it simple instructions and say what we want to happen, like a director. And it will give us, you know, I'd say 9 times out of 10, you get what you asked for. Does it occasionally, like just then? You'll notice when the video starts, it like changes a lot from the first image. And I kind of don't mind that if it settles down. Yo, Zeus, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So we're just doing a little bit of a showcase. And we'll move on to the next section. I'm going to show you the workflow. I always get into the workflow first. But yeah, this is like really captured the stylistic elements of this combination of images. I've given it all types of different inputs to see, you know, how flexible it is. So this is image to image at 0.75 or image to video. Yo, Till Bill, welcome, welcome. So glad you could all make it, guys. But yeah, it's looking beautiful. Love the clouds and the god rays, says MC17. Yeah, they come in from the enhancer mostly. I think it's implied because the colors of my clouds are so vivid. So it kind of goes, oh, it must be really sunny. But occasionally you get this sort of, the depth is so nice. This parallax effect. You're like, what's going on here? Very otherworldly, very cosmic. And if you know the Cyber Society dataset, you can see where that lineage is coming from. It's kind of crazy to get it all in like this, but we got lucky. So you see the domes, that's the Cyber Society influence as well. All of the wires and stuff, the reflections on this one. Yeah, the parallax is crazy. Once we get actual camera control, because obviously this is like random. Do you know what I mean? When you generate, you don't really... Like, you can ask, but it might not listen. So it's kind of like a prayer sometimes when you ask for camera movement. But yeah, like I say, such a good job. Such a good job. And it's very faithful to the style, you know. We've got a lot of floating cities, flying cities, crazy gas cloud with the spiraling, colourful, almost like oil. You see, like this one. Too many moons, but I didn't edit out the extra moons, so that's my fault. Remember, I'm doing image to video, so if there's anything weird, unless you see it do like a crossfade at the beginning, then it's probably my fault. I could have cleaned it up. Boyo says, the clouds are Renaissance style, so think Sistine Chapel. God rays come free. Yeah, this was one of my favorites. Look at that. It was like Cami Palace or something. Crazy. Look at that. So good. Because we're talking about like mega structure, artificial worlds, and all this sort of stuff is what we're going for. Yes. Bit crazy looking. I love how it like just puts planes in. Alright. I think we've been through these. So if you want to continue looking at them, feel free to rewind. But we're moving on. They look so good though. I want to put them into a video. Do you know what I mean? Maybe we'll put them up in the top, in the corner while we look at the workflow. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll put them above my head. No cherry picking, as you can see. Every video is as it came out the can. Okay? Because I want you guys to know, like, that's the quality level you can just expect to get. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, oh, well, you know, it took me 4 weeks and these just 3 good videos. And like I said, if I showed you the input, like even this is a really hard one, this one. Because it's, anyway, we've talked enough about it. Right, as you can see here, I was experimenting. One cool thing which I might start doing more in the workflows is 0 takes you to where we normally are, you know, all the models and everything. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're currently folded down. But, you know, you can just switch between all of them with just the numbers. If I was on full screen, you'd actually see the whole video, see. That's what I was aiming for anyway. Anyway, I don't know, it's just something I've been messing around with. But let's just take a look at the workflow. So, first of all, what was I going on about with prompt enhancers? So I have a thing called Zenkai ENH. It's a new custom node system. It just allows you to put a system prompt in as an MD file, right? It's just a system prompt. You plug that into your OLAMA or Open Router. If you have OLAMA, just use Qwen 2.5 VL. If you have Open Router, I recommend Sonnet 4, but there are many vision-enabled LLMs that are on offer. The reason I like Sonnet 4 is it's got deep recursive abilities, and that means that my instructions actually get listened to all the way down, not just a few steps and then give up, which is what can happen with a less capable LLM. But interestingly, I think Qwen 2.5 VLM can actually do the eye-to-eye base. It can do that one just fine. But when you customize it to make it Lora aware, so drop it in a chat, give it the captions for your Lora or your prompt list, whatever it is, however you do it, the resulting system prompt will be what I call Lora aware. And then obviously you can see I got a whole bunch of them. I give out examples of these. So we're also feeding Zenkai image prompt. This is in my DJZ nodes custom node pack. You put an entire model, like an entire data set, images with prompts inside, and then you pick the folder name, and then it's going to map seeds, and you can even do them in sequential order. We actually have a blacklist on the V2, so you can filter out specifically tagged images, because obviously your data set is tagged by virtue of having those captions, yeah? So that means you can do filtering. So filtering, randomization, or sequence mode, up to you. So we're going to feed the image the image is going to get fed into the image input for our prompt enhancer LLM. It's also going to go into a resize, which we have set to 1440 by 960. And obviously this is this workflow is set up fixed. I do have dynamic nodes like image size adjuster. The V2 should be getting updated soon with additional sizes. So we got Quen now. We've got 3072, which ironically is bigger than 4K. I might have to change the order actually, because 4K is actually 2880. Turns out 3072 by 3072 is massive. I didn't realize that, but yeah, it's math time. So at the moment, SD is 512 by 512, SDXL is 1024 by 1024. You can use that for flux and most image generation tasks. Quen, I think, is 1328 by 1328. We're going to be taking a little bit of a look at that later. 1440X is that at 16 to 9, so 1440 by 1440 at 16 to 9 is 1920 by 1088. So that's your safe 1080p. But it turns out that WAN can actually generate images at 1536 by 1536 without skewing or stretching. So I tend to do my image generation at that size. Whoops. 64. Oh yeah, you can change that to 32 as well when you're doing video generation. What else? Cascade and others, they're all for upscaling applications. But what you do is you plug in your image, and then it gives you the width and height that you need so that it is divisible by 32 and inside that maximum pixels. And you've got all kinds of clamping options. I don't really use most of these. It's funny actually, with this huge upscaling ability that we have now, I've actually had to start changing this default to 8192 because, you know, it's it's 2048's too small. We're making images bigger than that now. So we're going to be using ClipVision H. We're going to be using the WAN 2.2 I2V A14B low noise. So I2V for the image to video, obviously, right? I2V. High noise and low noise. We're going to be using GGUF weights throughout. Q8. And the 2.1 VAE. Something interesting that maybe catches people out. 2.2 doesn't use the 2.2 VAE. It uses the 2.1 VAE. 2.2 I think is for the 5 billion version, the TI2V model. Alright, so with all that covered, you know where the prompt's coming from, you know where the image is coming from, you know how I'm enhancing it. So let's take a look at a typical output from this enhancer. So I am putting my concatenate, I'm putting my triggers for both Loras. Abstract as a Lora, Chaos as a Lora. They're both style models, abstract, chaos. It goes in front of the prompt. The prompts, so a magnificent ornate cathedral with elaborate domes and spires rendered in abstract style, surrounded by an extraordinary tapestry of swirling stylized clouds and vivid layers of cool teals, warm oranges and deep reds against celestial's backdrop with scattered stars. And then it says, for the motion side, epic cinematic sequence begins with the intricate cloud formation slowly rotating and undulating in mesmerizing spirals around the majestic architecture, each layer moving at slightly different speeds to create depth and dimensional flow. You see? So no cognitive load for me, crazy detailed prompts which I don't even really have to think about. Occasionally it might poop out something stupid like, I've enhanced the prompt for you. But this is the nature of how LLMs work. Sometimes they get a bit crazy, but on the whole I find it works reliably, so that's how I've been doing it. Let's get rid of that, that's confusing. So yeah, I have a project file system thing. It allows you to do subfolders so that all your stuff isn't just in the output folder. It's quite easy, just put a project name in here and the workflow takes care of the rest. So here we have the Lora stack. I'm using abstract style and chaos style, both of which you can pick up right here at huggingface.co/mushroomfleet in my WAN A14B Lora collection, which is the whole point of the first segment of the show today. So that was my first half hour. How did you like it? Was it good? the point is, all of them are here. Okay, all of them are here. You probably don't need all of them. Some of them were trained on 1.3, not 14B actually, so I might have to go through and take a couple out. But I believe they'll work. We're gonna have to check. Right. So other than that, oh, and they are all going to get their own repo with, you know, because normally when I do it, it looks more like this. So you get a repo structure, you get a write-up of what it is, you get workflows, the E&H module that's Lora aware, the original captions, some images I made, and workflows. So for example, in the case of Lora, let's have a look at one of these. Oh, it's too big. Really? Can we look at a smaller one? There we go. So there's the Lora character that we made in the last couple of days. Really good results. But we're gonna, like I say, be looking at that. And you can look at check out the previous shows as well. They're all still there. All right. Pretty cool. So get back to where we were at. Okay. So I'm using, interestingly, we're using WAN 2.1 T2V on the main stack with the Loras, but then, but then we're also using the high noise at strength 2 and the low noise at strength 1. This is Kijai's setup. You can find it in his demo workflow. It's just slightly reordered, so I think it makes a little bit more sense here. So it's the same prompt, but the conditioning's slightly different. So you can't just, you know, pass it through again from here, because as far, you know, this is the setup I've ended up with anyway. It uses a tile 128, and it's a 6-step with a handover at 3 steps. So that's the main takeaway. I got NAG running, you know, a few other little bits and pieces. After that point, I do my post effects, same one as always. So the original video came out looking like this, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that, you know. 16 FPS, but not, it's all right. So we do interpolation with Rife 49, makes it much smoother. Now I've done ×3 to 60 to compensate for the fact that I believe it was trained on 20 FPS HD webcams. Okay, but that's just a theory. Okay, just a theory, because you get natural motion from ×1.25, not ×1.5, which means it wasn't trained on 16 and it wasn't trained on 24. It wouldn't have a slow motion bias. And then when you find out that there's a hell of a lot of training data from like security TV and industrial cameras, which is all open, and they have it, the Chinese have it, but it's 20 FPS. It's high quality, but it's only 20 FPS. So I found that out with a little bit of research. But hey, who cares? You know, it looks smooth, right? And it didn't actually speed up or slow down. I think there is a different value which we came to. Was it 72? And it keeps the audio in sync as well. I can forget. I always forget. I think maybe if Apolloni is here, she might remember. But anyway, we go like this, and we do the cathode ray. So my cathode ray settings are here. I got glow on 0.1, noise on 0.3, and we're using the degraded setup. So cathode ray, what's that do? Well, if we zoom all the way in on it, you'll be able to see a little bit of noise and a little bit of RGB, like, you know, chromatic. So a little bit of chromatic shift. So a little bit of noise comes in and out. It kind of hides the fact that AI is very smooth, a bit like CGI. So we're dirtying it up basically. And then finally I hit it with my upscaler, which is the video interlaced upscaler V2, made it ages ago in DJZ nodes. Very fast, very fast. You won't even notice it runs. 1.5 takes us up to 1080p. Because remember, this is a upscaler that doesn't really add detail, because it's not AI. It's using the old 720 to 1080p trick, which is in old TVs. So it doesn't really make it better. It just adds an extra row, and it does it using traditional, traditional enlargement techniques. But it has some kind of like frame awareness. You can turn, and anyway, I tend to leave that alone. It slows it down. I like it's fast. And then you end up with this, which is our final image, and those are the ones that we were looking at earlier. Let's take another look at them for the people that missed them. Man, do you know what? Let's just take a little sit down here. Oh, that was a fun segment. And like I said, I'm going to be making more of these with more Lora combinations and more, whatchamacallits, better transitions between them, make a few little bits and pieces. I think these work well for well, look at it. Here I am. I'm literally sitting in front of the worlds I've created. It's so much fun. So, there it is. This is the world. This is the Jovian world in the Megastructure Paradistro. It's all canon. It's all canon now. But yeah, I'm having a great time, honestly. This model is singing. It's just singing. And so what I say is, get your models, train your styles, get your characters in your worlds. Boyo asks, do you find interlacing has resolutions that cause flickering, or is your node good at not allowing flickering? No, it doesn't. I don't think that it it doesn't cause flickering itself, but if there is already flickering, it won't remove it. So it's not like an anti-flicker tool. What it does is it uses like bilinear, bicubic, just normal traditional upscale enlargement or resizing methods to guess what the extra row would be. So you know how we use interpolation to figure out what the next frame would be with AI? Well, they used to use interpolation to figure out what the next row would be, and they called that interlaced. So they'd use the existing row to try and make the row below it. So then every row of pixels gets duplicated down, but using, a Bayer formula. So it's like a good approximation of, but not really. So we're cheating. And it's really quick. It's like almost instant to go from 720p to 1080p. Because it doesn't really make it better. It just makes it bigger. Old interlacing techniques used to cause flickering, which is why you asked. Yeah, I think I know what you mean, but I think that's like a frequency issue. Like the hertz. I think that was like, do you know what? I want to actually put that back in with a node, so you can pick 50 hertz for the power. That's kind of what it was supposed to be. Some of these retro TV looks, is supposed to add noise like a power cycle hum. So it's like the noise is coming in and out like you're on that old DC electricity. Apolloni says, I was using 75 FPS on the last node, but that was a 24 FPS input, so 3x adjusted. I see what you're saying. Yeah. The issue with WAN is it actually makes 16 FPS video. So what we've done is we've done ×3 and then rendered it at 60 FPS. So by doing it at ×3, you only really get 47 frames, something like that, and then you're rendering it at 60, which is 12 frames too fast. So it's about 1.25% or 1.5, depending on which way you do the math. It's the same thing. So 50% one way, or anyway. Let's see. NC17Z says traditional computer monitors a progressive frame. If you're not watching interlaced footage on traditional TV, you will see flickering and artifacts. Yeah, I'm trying to emulate that. That's what I'm trying to emulate. I'm trying to put the flicker back in, actually. I've got nodes for it. Because I actually think it looks better like that. And in fact, do you know what? Let's take a quick look at that real quick, because I got a setup all ready to go. Yeah. Alright, let's dive in. Get back to my main setup. We're back. So if I just go over to workflows, I think she'll already have it. So workflows. and I believe it was like, oh, do you know what? I haven't updated in ages. I need to just go and get it again. Oh yeah, don't forget about the run pod. Sorry guys, we're juggling a little bit. Looks like you haven't done that yet. Yeah. Wait a minute, have they changed everything? Yeah, they've changed it. Wait. Right, you have to enable the web browser now? Uh-oh. Wait, no we don't. No we don't. We've got it right here. Uh-oh. 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 Alright, maybe I do have to turn that on. But I need that. Oh wait, it is opening. It is opening. Alright, we'll come back to it. Such a distraction. It really is. Like, are we going to get there? Oh, come on. I believe in you. Yes. Come on. Super secure passwords. No. Right. Yeah, Cloudflare. Ooh. Okay. So while that's running, because we got to update it and stuff, I only just installed it. Yeah. I know. Okay, update. Right. So back to where we were at. That totally derailed my entire logic. Hang on a sec. What we got here? Apolloni says, I think the audio was relative to the interpolation node at 60. As long as interpolation is 60, audio should sync at 75. Yeah, so it was 75. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Like I said, just a bit of experimentation. You can get the right value. Because a lot of people say, oh, this lip sync thing, it's wrong. It's probably just because the frame rate's out of sync, and you can fix that. It's an easy thing to fix. I'm trying to remember what the hell we were doing now. So I wanted to get the workflow for the special effects. That was it. Workflows. DJZ workflows on GitHub, everyone. And down to, where is it? WAN video. In fact, wait, it's not. It's in examples. DJZ examples. Because it doesn't really, doesn't really matter about that. So let's see. Get prompt, data marsh, video effect rack, Cyberthora effects. Let's go with that. We've got cathode ray, a LUT, video combined, elation bloom, true. Load video directory, so it's got a batch mode. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, we'll try that. So this is quite an old one, but we can figure it out. So yes, yeah, look, that's a really old one. Hang on, I think I've got a newer one. I think I've got like distributor effects, distributor. Did I put it somewhere else? So many. Turn up the tunes. Video trails. I need that too. There's something special we got to do with that. See. Effects rack distributor? No. Demo. Demo v3. And you can clone this entire thing in one go, guys. I recommend just git cloning this and just updating it now and then to get my new stuff. It's the best way. So, see, I thought I could have sworn. I wonder where else. I bet I put it in here. Oh, data mosh. Okay, so we've got the effect distributor. Yeah, that's the one I need. I need the effects distributor. So, okay, so we'll take a copy of trails and we'll take a copy of the effects rack. Because I had this idea involving reversing the clip and doing trails on it, which I think would be an interesting way of getting to the next clip with a black. So you'd have a black crossfade to intro the first frame. Anyway, I don't want to get too crazy. Let's see if we can build it. And I can just let you have it. So I'm going to start off with this one, which is one of my effect rack, an AMV effect rack. Yeah, that's right. So what that works is you just put in, image folder, right? Folder to images, and it's going to iterate through them with load video directory. So it's going to iterate through, I think, yeah, it's going to load our videos. So obviously we have these videos right here. Okay, so I'm going to just take that path. So if I take that path here, I need to delete my vacation videos. Good. Let's see, take the path, put that there. There we go. So now I'm going to put it on fixed. Put it on fixed mode. Alright, let's have a look at the comments real quick. Fernicar says, I think the CCTV flicks, or the CRTV flicks, if one passes a static image, then take advantage of the flickering, gets interlaced to expect smooth animation. Yeah, I'm trying to exploit, like, I'm even getting to the point where I'm going to put a VHS overlay to scuff it up even more when it's finished. Things like this. But I'll show you what we can do in workflow. This is going to be a little post effects bit. So I'm going to change my project name to let's see, WAN abstract chaos post effects 1. Okay, I know it sounds like a load, but it's good to describe what you're doing. So let's see, we've got post videos cling. This is going to be WAN 22 now. Make sure we got any. Yeah, that's the only one. So we're doing halation bloom, followed by image LUT, and then another cathode ray. Now I've already done cathode ray and I've already upscaled them all, so I don't need to do the cathode ray on this workflow. But this gives me halation bloom and image LUT. Now cube files, they are lookup tables. You can get them off the internet. If you go back in my videos, there'll be links and demos and tutorials to get all of these, but they were all free. You can get them all online, and if you don't have mine, don't panic, you can make your own. It's standard format for lookup tables. It's color correction, and they go inside a folder called LUT in the essentials thing. So this is going to be a 60 FPS, although why don't we go 30? I feel like going slow motion for the sake of it. So let's just run one of these. It's going to load one of my videos. I'm not even doing this. This is disabled. So it's just going to bust through the whole thing, I guess. Let's see if it can do it. And while it's doing that, we can take a look at something a bit more complicated, because I hope you can appreciate this. Loads of video. Applies halation and bloom effects with the various parameters you choose. You have the option of saving it. I just move on. These are just previews, really. They're not even, shouldn't even be set to save. We do color correction so that, you know, at the end it all looks the same. And obviously you can choose the strength and which one you use. Just gives you a professional output, which is like consistent. And then obviously, well, it's 60 FPS, but I've chosen 30 to sort of slow down. But it's a cheap way of getting extra video length, I guess. Just change, because we interpolated to 60, that keeps the duration the same. But if we go back to 30 now, obviously it doubles it. So then we go from having a 4-second to an 8-second, which is nice. And for some shots, it's fine. You know, we're just doing like exterior landscape type stuff. As long as it doesn't lose quality, it should be okay. Let's see. Boyo says, I worked out the flicker. It was due to forcing higher resolution onto a TV that was originally not made for said resolution. Oh, okay. Hey man, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? And while it's working on the halation bloom, we'll come back to this. We will drop in the other one. Did it not save? None of them are there. Get that. That's weird. Why is it not saved it? Did I not? I guess I just didn't save it. Effects rack 3, effects distributor. So obviously this one does video trails. So if I just boot up one of these beautiful videos here and run it. 24, it's fine. That's in the queue, and then we get the final one, because this is pretty obvious. It's video trails. You'll see what it does in a minute. And then this is going to be the complicated one. But when I say it's complicated, I just mean it's not really complicated. It's just got a level of automation. So what's this? Okay. So for the glitch effects that I'm going to be using, you do actually need to have followed my tutorial on installing FFglitch, and you need to have that running on command line. Otherwise the nodes that we've made don't run, because they effectively need a modified version of FFmpeg to be able to glitch. It's totally sound and safe. You just go there, download it, and you might have to add it to path, so I've put instructions there just in case. I just restart the machine to make sure on a new install that it's all working. You'll know because you can type FFglitch in command line and it'll tell you that it's installed. Okay, don't worry about this because this is just a way to get videos in, and it's automated. So it's automated. Don't worry about that because we've got a better way of doing that. But if we just take a look at what it does film grain effect, VHS effect, and VHS effect. This one makes it look like a VHS all over style. This one does like weird scan lines and stuff that come down the screen and all that business. Okay, so I've already done, well actually, have I already done a film grain effect? I think, well I have, but I guess we'll find out what it looks like, won't we? But yeah, gives me a preview, and then it goes into my sequential number generator. You may have seen this before if you've been on the show. This is my way of doing like a macro. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it's going to do. It's going to count from 1, the start, to 4, the end. And it's just going to go through that. And with my inverse any switch, I have 4 outputs. So it's going to be the select value, which means that what I connect, so the input comes in. So everything we did up to now, this sequence of frames, this video, is represented by this blue line. Okay, so that batch of images comes in, and then where does it go? So this is going to be like a router. So if I was to queue 4 here, like that, on the first queue, it'll go 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Think of it like a spark plug distributor, you know? It's going to come in and it's always going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever number you chose, okay? So now I've explained what that does, it should be pretty obvious what I'm doing. I'm putting in 4 versions of the same effect rack, which do slightly different things with slightly different effects, so that you get different glitches. And then you just keep running those videos through here on a You know, just leave it on and it'll just loop and loop and loop and loop, and it will just keep applying. Oh, I'll do this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. If you've got like 100 videos and you run it through here 200 times, you'll get different versions. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll just keep. Anyway, so how does it work? Well, they all use the same idea. My batch thief node, which steals a little section of the frames from the sequence. So here we're stealing the first 25 frames. So the batch is going across the top, and we're kind of stealing the frames and doing stuff to them. So we're going to steal 25 frames from the start of the video, and we're going to apply my data mosh size range for 10 frames 10 to 15. So it's, you know, you don't even have to put it on the whole thing. So yeah, so it's got like 5, so it'll be 5 frames normal or 10 frames normal, then there'll be 15 frames of glitch, and then there'll be 10 frames of normal again. And then for delta repeat, I've gone from 5 to 10. So there's like, sometimes you can do overlap and stuff. And then we have batch range insert, which is going to take those changed frames and put them back into the same sequence. Yeah, really simple. You know, for you to do this yourself would be like loads of micromanagement in the edit. This just does it for you. So anyway, we take the new sequence, we steal frames 5 to 20 this time, and we delete the iframes. If you know what data moshing is and glitching, that you'll know what that is. So we're going to steal a couple, we're going to just delete keyframes and then put it back in again. Now the difference between insert and swap can't create new frames. So say you doubled the number of frames here, like a slow motion. With swap, you only get the first part of the slow-mo because it doesn't create new frames. Whereas insert, if the frame length changed, they get put into the, you know, the sequence will be longer now, basically. So that's the difference between insert and swap. It's just like in Adobe or any other thing, you know, sometimes you drop the new clip and it overwrites. Sometimes it like pushes it all out a bit. It's the same two things. Insert will create new frame length. Swap will always be limited by that 5 to 20 window. Anyway, so we put it back in and we do another batch swap, and then we do lens leaks, which is another one of my effects. We do put it back in, take it out, and then obviously we've got pixel sorting here on luminance, loads of cool stuff. Swap it back in, take it out. No, not doing anything there for some reason. I think I might be like, what am I doing there? Am I like mixing it up with the randomization or something? I don't know why I've disabled those. Why have I disabled those? That's strange. I can't think why I would disable them. Hang on. Pixel sort and data mosh. Data mosh, pixel sort, data mosh. It's the same. It's the same all the way down. I mean, clearly I'm not doing that. We're just doing lens leaks, video trails, halation bloom, cathode ray. Yeah, so it's variation. I think I put a bit of variation in there. I'm not quite sure why I disabled the end of it though. It's just not doing anything. 0.590, 0.2590, 0.190. So I actually put the variation in there. I'm going to see if they're broken. Find out. We're going to find out. Going back to some of the workflows that we were looking at earlier, I wonder if it's busted. Is it busted? It's doing the image LUT. That's going to take a while. It's 81 frames. And they're quite big. They're 1080p, 80 frames at 1080p. That's good effort. Good effort. Oh my goodness. What am I like? Do you know what time it is, guys? That's right. Coffee time. That's that time of the show when I wander off and tell you all to get yourself a drink. Get yourself a drink, guys. Think of your poor fishy brain as it's shrinking from dehydration. Yeah, I was actually surprised, like, because you should see some of the early results we were getting. It took a lot of research to figure out, you know, and to be fair, it's funny because everyone's trying to do the same thing. Do you know what I mean? We're all trying to get the best config set up, right? And to be honest, it's kind of subjective, you know, like whether. So you know, while I say this is what I'm using, I think it's the best one I know until it dies or I find one better. It's very Starship Troopers, guys. Man, that LUT is still LUTting. It might be that I have to do the LUT before the upscale. Because it's just too big for its poor little hands. You know what? Hang on. Seconds, I'll be right back. Alright, boys and girls, ladies and gents, let me get these headphones back on. Alright, coffee is locked, so I hope you're all enjoying the view. Like I said, this is just one of the styles that we've been working on. I'm thinking we might do abstract. No, wait. Oh, man. There's just too many directions. So good. Man, the water there. Man. Okay, anyway. Too hyped. Alright, it's making a video. That's what I like to see. So this one is the AMV effect rack, which the idea is you drop in more effects. You know what I mean? I tried to give this as like an open batch tool. Just leave it on. You basically do one, tune it so it's nice and you like it, and then you just let it rip and it will do all of the images in the folder. So, okay, the halation maybe was a little strong here, but look at that. Look at that effect. Oh, it's a shame. I want to make looping videos, because these effects lend well to the looping. You see the halation and the bloom, it's going over time. Oh man, you see how that's under control. It's not happening by accident. Look at that glow. Yeah, it felt like energy. Brilliant. Right, now let me just it's a bit strong, but look at the controls. We could turn them all down, tweak it. But anyway, Anyway, the temporal variation was set to 0.3. So that's how come it was, you know. Like I said, we tried to make tools. Did we do the next one? Oh, I never actually set it up, did I? No, we didn't. Did we actually queue it up? No. So let's just do this quick. Oh crap, I ordered 4. So good, I had 3 extras. Oh, that was quick. Is it even hooked up? Ah, my classic trails. Now I'm thinking about using this. Why is it? Has it got a frame number? What's going on here? Oh, there's a frame cap on it. Do you know what? That's actually quite useful. Hang on. 30. Frame cap 60. Because it doesn't do the whole video. Do you know what I mean? 30, 60, go. So, is it going to be still fast? It only did like 1 second before. I'm asking it to do 2 this time, so it should be pretty quick. Haha, I just spoke too soon. But yeah, so I was thinking about using this as a transition. So like at the end of the video, reverse the video. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know how normally people do ping pong? So they do make the video go forwards and then make it go backwards and then they make a loop like that. Well, I was thinking about doing something like that, but instead of going all the way backwards, just go a little bit backwards as trails and then fade to black and start the next video. I think it might be a really interesting way of doing it. So, yeah, that's a little bit nicer. Look, and then you could fade it to black from there. And the idea would be to run it in reverse at the end of the video. So, okay, so I would do reverse image batch or reverse frame sequence by Media Mixer or KJ Nodes. Either will do the same thing. I'll use Media Mixer because I like Dr. Diffusion. He's cool. So's KJ, but we all got KJ Nodes. So it does the exact same thing. Okay. So let's see, what would be the best way to do this? I would say go into the reverse, go into the images. It's capped at 60, so it's the last 60 frames, and it will play at the end. I think this is going to be nice. Put that there, give that to that, because that's what it's for. Inspired by Claude Balls, indeed. Mr. Sonnet 3.5 that was. Okay. So we've done our video trails, but Media Mixer can join short clips. Join video? No. Merge video? Video merge. Right. So I'm going to take the original video as the A, and then whatever this is as the B. So at the end of the video it plays the reversed sequence, and then we should get a nice effect. And I'm going to continue because obviously I want to like do something else with it, fade it to black ideally, and then it's just ready for the next, because then the next video can just be hard cut to full color. And that's nice because if you want to do post, you know, even more complex transitions and stuff, going from black to a video is like, it'll do all, you can do all kinds of weird stuff with that. So yeah, this should be quite nice. So it should play the full video. I wonder how much slower we can make it. Because you could interpolate it again, do a 2x on it again, and then, but still play it at 30. Because it's all abstract art. As long as it doesn't fall apart, who cares? You know, if it's a person talking, it might matter more, right? Because the sync is going to be gone. Okay, so here we have our video, and yeah! Yeah! Look at that! Yeah, I love it! It's such an easy trick, and I could do it to every single image in the folder, or video, or whatever. Okay, I like this. Do I even need to do the crossfade? Alright, let's find out. So we have the original. I'm going to keep the original for comparison. And we'll make another another save. I'm feeling the vertical stuff lately, guys. I don't know what it is. It's just because you get all of the outputs right next to each other to compare, which is nice. I mean, dudes, imagine if I just did this as a 4x4. You know, let's put them up as a 4x4 grid. Just random order. It'll look cool. Alright, let me see. So we've done the video merge. So I want to find out, I need Orama. Fade Orama. So which fade do we want? I mean, technically, this will go to the next image, but I'm going to make it a black square. This is my play. My play. Let's do open glitch doors, and we'll do 16 frames. 15 frames. Yes. Alright, so we're going to take our finished video, put that in as image 1, and then I need a black image. Solid color. I've never tried this. Does Comfy have... No, not really. Colored image. Constant color images of a constant size. Yeah, MTB nodes, let's go. So how can we do this? What color is it going to be? We're going to make it black, and we need it to be the same size. So we'll do a get image size. Make it dynamic wherever you can, because then you don't need to change it. Okay, and just plug that in there, and then plug that in there, and let's do a different video just to keep it interesting. Do that one, or maybe do that one. Okay, and go. Did we ever actually see the results of the last glitch? Did we see the results of it? Oh yeah, we did halation. Yeah, so there weren't any glitches on this one. Alright, we're getting there. Do you know what? Time's absolutely flying on this one. I need to like set some arbitrary deadlines to like combat the collapse of time here. It's getting a little out of hand. Changes quite a lot there at the end. Oh, I've just realised something. I'm cutting myself off at the knee because I'm not doing the full video. So let's just put 0 here. And then we're going to have to be more advanced, because basically I was only taking 60 frames from 100, because at this frame rate we have 120 frames. So I was taking like half of the animation. So it's, you know, it looks cool, but it's missing a lot of hard fought frames. So this is where I think the frame thief is going to come in. Oh, FFX Fade Orama, you can't have... That's weird. It should be the same size. Okay, we're going to alter my strategy here real quick. So let's just preview image there. Disconnect that. Put a resize node in instead. Hook up the width to the thing. So I'm just doing it like a bit more formally because it's being annoying. You squirrel, you. So yeah, this is what actually comes out of that. This is what actually comes out of that. Just a bit of debugging with the previews or the get show text. All that stuff is like really good idea when things go a bit weird. So we're going to say 32. No, wait. 64 actually. 64. Okay. I don't know why that didn't work. I want to know what it's done. It's a bit confusing. Okay. Alright, let's debug. Let's debug. I want to know what that is and what that is. Oh crap. Stop. I forgot it's video. It's... Wait. It's video. Right. Hang on, I'm just having a little mental fart here. So we've got a video. I should probably be taking the last frame. Yes. Let's have a look at that error one more time. Input images must have the same dimensions. And I was sat there, I read that and instantly was like, oh yeah, I know what that is. That's the size is different, and immediately went into like resize mode, okay? Yeah, it doesn't like it. Okay, so I think actually what it meant was that is a batch and this actually wants 2 images. So I think the way to fix this is actually to do what is it called? Select images, and then you would pick the last one. But again, this is another reason why I love media mixer nodes. He has a special node for this, which is called Final Frame Selector. So I don't need to know how long it is, it'll always pick the last frame. Okay, so we're going to go in there and then in there. Whoops, no, in there. Okay, and then I think that actually this is going to be fine and we didn't need to do the resize because the dimensions include the count. Alright, let's see if I'm wrong. It looked cool though. Very cool. I mean, it's kind of nice already. Boyo says, I know heaps of artists and devs who put their displays in portrait, not landscape, and literally tilt their screens to that orientation. Oh, really? Well, I suppose if you had 3 screens, though, you could make a monster setup with 3 vertical screens. Like, what even is that? What aspect ratio even is that? I feel like you're in a spaceship. Like they're the windows of the space shuttle or something. So let's see if it crashes again. See, video, this Fadorama thing is actually more complicated than it looks, so it doesn't play nice. Okay, so here we have 2160, 1440. Oh, 2112, but no, it's not going to match. Do you know what? I think it's the rounding. Say 0. It's the rounding, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. We're not even using that image, though, thankfully. So 21, what is it? This image is 2160 by 1440. And we are making our 2160 by 1440. That's just a probe to make sure we're making it the right size. Which we are, so we don't need that. And then it works. So it'll be interesting to see what we get. I probably still need to do something here, but all of this for a crossfade, but actually you've got access to all these different crossfades. They use I'm emulating FFmpeg transitions with CPU, or in, I don't know, Python or something. Yeah, baby. Look at this, glitch doors. Yeah, open glitch doors. Trouble is, that's only giving you the crossfade, so we are still not done. Now what we need to do is another video merge. Another video merge. And so we took the final frame from that. Do you know what? I've actually got like some crazy ideas here. So like, because we're doing the video trails. So we get like the video, then we get the trails, and then it's going to do a bloop bloop to the beginning again, right? So, but it's going to go to a black square, or it should. Wait a minute. Yeah, it should go to a black square. And again, this is cool because we can do all kinds of like funky stuff. Like you can have animated masks and things, because we do all of that. You've probably got them lying around, like a dude running as just a mask. You could just throw that in here for fun. Maybe I should make... Do I have a mask? Hang on. Mask Zenkai. Zenkai masks. No? Don't have one? I swear I did. IMP. IMP prompt. Imp v1. Whoa. Aha. I do have a Zenkai randomizer with a mask output. I knew it. So I could probably even randomize that. But it's made for images. So I'll need to make a video version, guys. There's always more. Just when I thought I'd made them all, they keep pulling me back in. So anyway, we're doing all the frames now. We're doing 30 frames per second, so we get extra run time. Got the glitch on, so it's doing the glitch all the way back, okay? Which I didn't really want, because the pacing, I want it to only go halfway back. But we'll tweak that in a minute. I just want to make sure that this is at the end of this. And then this is actually what's getting saved. So then we have the original effect, and then we have the final effect like that. So let's just save that there. Let's say DJZ node host FX org 25. That'll do. Did we export it though? I need to publish this later. Alright, cool. Boom. Video Trails v2. Not quite. Doing something a little bit better. And then the idea is that we take each image, do the same thing, and then you slam them all back together again. Obviously, you might not use glitch doors. Do you know what? I might just change it to... I bet it doesn't even work. We'll put fade on and see if it even works. Okay. But yeah, I actually want to show you how we can use my thief to only do the last 15 frames, not the whole thing. We'll see if we can pull that off. It might take a bit of head scratching, because what I did is I've given you like tools that you can build anything with, rather than a node that does a thing. You just chain them all together and do whatever you want. But you regulars, you already knew that. Boyo says, Comfy UI has a native node for getting the last frame. Get image or mask from batch, just set to -1. Yeah, again, that's if you know to do it. Do you see what I mean? But Comfy's done a great job lately by allowing us node makers to actually put in documentation. In fact, you know what? Let me see if it even works. Where's one of my nodes? Hey, where's the help sign? Damn it. I even went through and wrote all the documentation for every node. You should be able to click on this, look. And it should be able to, it should tell you something. Oh, look at that. Oh, what's this? Look at this. An example. Look, you click on the node and it gives you a bloody workflow. That's so cool. But not a lot of node developers know about it. So if you don't see the question mark, because it's not like a node thing, that's a new base feature for Comfy. All the nodes could do it if the developers put it in. Anyway, let's take a look at our new effect. Where's the transition? Oh, there it was. Was that the transition? I didn't even see it go to black then, did you? Oh wait, this is just a normal effect. You have to see this one. This one will have the new one, the new bit. Did it even change? Let's do it again. I could have sworn I changed it before I sent it. Oh, okay. Again, this is nice. It'll only do the bit I changed. So yeah, obviously I hadn't done that bit yet. Alright. And what I do typically is wherever these get saved to, what I'll do is I'll go to that folder. What is it? Examples, screensaver. Maybe I should have customized that. But if I go through to that folder, I can then use that path. Obviously, I won't be using that path. I forgot to change it. There's probably something else there. But whatever path you put in should be clean and just these videos, right? So then in the next workflow, we just load these videos. And so then it's like a process, you know? You get your outputs, you put them through the thing, you do all of them, you get the next folder, you batch through them, you get the next one. And so the joke is you can actually queue it. So I could have tabs. I could have 3 Comfy tabs for each section of the process, all pointed to the folders that already exist. and then I queue up 1, queue up 2, queue up 3, and walk away. That's the idea. How are we doing on the comfy side of things? Say yes. Just say yes. Wait, apply, restart. Yes, just say yes. It's a new install, and I've been not paying attention to it, to be honest. So it's all good. Oh, here we go. Come on. I want to see a fade to black, maybe. I bet it fades to white. Wah, wah. Oh, it did fade to black. Okay, cool. Maybe it took a bit too many frames. I don't know. What do you think? Is it a bit too slow, too fast? A bit too slow. I reckon 8. I reckon we'll go with an 8-frame transition. Go with an 8-frame transition. Needs to be snappier. And also, this bit needs to be slower. The pacing is bad. Okay, cool. So if I go up to here, how do we change that? No, the coffee's not cold, actually. It's still hot, guys. Don't worry. We got genuine British China here. If there's one thing we can still do right, it's make mugs. Am I right? Cool. There's nothing like a flat white at any time of day. 3 a.m., 3 p.m., it doesn't matter. It's all coffee to me. Okay. I'm probably like way over caffeinated for my own good, but I think I'll survive. There's worse things you could do, right? Whiskey. Or worse. I could be eating mushrooms right now. So, all vegetables, any vegetable. Oh. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the batch thief. So we've got our reverse frame sequence. So currently we're using the entire frame sequence. You see what I mean? So we can control that very, very easily. All we have to do is chuck a frame thief in front of this. So let's just make a little bit of space. And so it's quite intuitive. So we have our batch thief. And the batch thief is going to steal the whole sequence. Okay. And it's going to put that in there. So remember, it's in reverse. So it's going to be the end of the video playing in reverse. So we've, you know, and do you know what? Actually, I think it would be better. Do you know what I think would be better? Do it the other way around, because then I don't even have to put it back in. We're going to steal it and not return it. Okay? Okay. Because then that effectively makes it a crop. Do you see what I mean? We effectively crop what we want to keep and don't bother putting it back in, because that has the same effect as what we want. So I would say, let's say we want to do half. Is that pacing good? Do half. I almost want to make the frame rate increase on the way back as well, but I don't know if I'll get away with it, you know what I mean? It's a little bit cheeky. But no, let's keep it simple. So we'll go from 0. I reckon we're doing 30, so just 30. No, 60. So it's forward 4, back 2, transition. Okay. Let's try that. You haven't even started glitching yet. I'm having a great time. Plenty of time on the clock. Yeah, there's no way it's finished. Still doing it. I'm not even on the screen. What's going on? Wake up, wake up. He's back. Okay, video merge A. Aha, we got our first part. And then it will do the fade section from the black to fade to black. Funny, I actually have to give it a fade. I have to give it a black image to fade to black, because the thing is, otherwise it's built to fade to the next image. Do you know what I mean? So I'm forcing it to fade to black to try and take advantage of the blackness. It looks awesome. So in we go, and then back for a bit and cut. Much better. But now the crossfade seems way too slow, don't you think? I reckon we go back. I reckon we go the other way and actually go to 30. So we have 30 frames of fade. I reckon that's the move. Let's find out. It might be that I'm wrong and this looks fine, but a full second of fade? I don't know. Maybe back to 16. I'm undecided. It depends if I want to do interpolation again. If I want to do interpolation again, probably 16, because that'll end up being 30. But if... see? Do you see what I mean? The crossfade was like almost non-existent. We did a lot of effort for that crossfade. I feel like we should, like, you know, exploit the crossfade a little bit. Boop, ba-doo, ba-doo, boop, ba-doo. Okay. So this will show us the effect up to the crossfade, so it shouldn't have changed. Alright, yeah, cool. And then the crossfade, how's it looking? I bet it's too long now. It's not updated yet. Any second now. Okay. That's not bad. That was not bad. It's a nice fade. But is it? I don't know if it's too slow now. I'm going to end up going back to 16, which is the default I set. I obviously like 16 or whatever, so yeah, lol. What are you going to do? 15 frames, let's go. So, obviously I'd batch through folders. I wouldn't be loading them up, you know. It'd be the same system that we had in the previous workflow for batching through. And it's just easier to show how it's working. And then how you customize it and stuff like this. See, I just had this idea today. I was like, maybe I just reverse and do trails and then just go to the next video. I reckon that'll actually work. But I think, yeah, a bit too slow, And then obviously when we actually turn it on, it'll just be that. You don't need the pre-stage. You only need the last one, really. In fact, let's just minimize it because it's distracting. He's saving. He's saving. That should be alright. You can just queue them up. Alright, so we'll save that. And last workflow, ladies and gents. We're getting into it. This is going to be the last one. So let me just see now. I think if I just adapt this to use a single loader, just so that we can show how this works, and it'll just use the top row rather than all four. A load image, load video. So I think that's our famous grouse. It's now 195 frames. Okay. Obviously the preview sucks. That's okay. So we'll just shift drag that to there, disable this because I don't really need to see what it already looks like. Oh, we're going down to 25 frames per second as well for some reason. How about effect distributor, directory index. Yeah, we can eliminate all of that. Just use this for now. Good. Okay, so again, what are we going to be doing? We're going to be adding a film grain, a VHS effect, and then we're going to go into the WAN, because it must be on WAN. So then it's going to be Datamosh v5, Datamosh v3, Datamosh v3, Lens Leaks, Pixel Sort v7, and Datamosh v2. And then we follow that all up with another. Whoa! We're going to blow it up with an interlaced enhance. What's it at the end here? So I think what I might do is just put a little safety in there, just to make sure we don't blow up the universe real quick. So just get a little check in there. Like a pre-upscaled version. You know what I mean? Okay. Put the thing in. It's all set up and running. Run it. We can only get endless errors to do with the thing which should be installed. I believe it's still installed. Okay, everything looks good. We're not forcing a rate, so what happens if I put 25 there? 25, 163, 16, 104, 30, 195. Oh well, that's what it is. So what does film grain effect do? It's going to do unstable signal. If you select custom, you can put your own math expression in to control the effect of the noise over time. It's like film grain, like you get on a TV or a cathode ray. Scattering effect. And then obviously you can affect the intensity, time scale, noise scale, and you can even make it, let's call it deterministic with the seed if you want. With the VHS effects, you'll notice that I've dialed down the defaults because it's quite strong. Okay, the VHS effects notes I made were like way strong. And I did that because I didn't want them to be too weak. I'd seen too many VHS effects that was just an overlay. I've got a bunch of them because it is the quickest way to do it. You just get a VHS overlay and you just put it on with opacity or something. And I'll be honest, it works, but it's like the same every time. And anybody that watches a lot of your content, if you do it you know what I mean? It's easy to see, Eventually your brain learns the pattern and it's like, it's not real, it's fake. Fake VHS. And so what I tried to do was emulate what it does. So it is fake, but it's trying to pretend to be VHS rather than just sticking an overlay on top. I don't know. Call it faithful if you want. See, if you want to know enable ringing, that references a numpy file which is VHS. You know what I mean? It's like a table of numbers that represents how the pixels are done or something. I don't know. I had to go and went and found it, sampled it. Where did I find that? And it was a numpy table as well. Well, it's in the folder in the root if you want to poke at it. But it does ringing really nicely, so I use that. This one here, I do turn the distortion bands down and stuff. I do like the sharpen, and I like the color bleed. But I turn off, where is it? I usually turn them down or off, like one of them, I can't remember which. I think it's the distortion bands, the noise lines. Yeah, it's probably the noise lines. Felt like they were a bit cheap. So we're going to be working on this video, what we made earlier. Not the one with Bloom, because that was like an example of the idea. And then obviously we built up to this, which is what I'd call a custom post effects rack. And obviously by automating your input, you can just batch that. And then using the folder where these are being saved, we can batch the next one. So you don't have to sit over it like we are now, you know. You can just click button. Click button, win prizes. But not the silly button. And you get the silly prize. It's kind of funny that I'm going to hit it with the 2x. It's already 1080p. So I guess we're going to get a 2K video maybe. We'll see. Now, I will admit, right? I will admit, a real glitch gets done after upscaling, not before. Think about it. Do you know what I mean? If it was a real glitch that happened as a part of transmission breakdown, which is what all of these glitches usually are, yeah. If that was a real glitch, obviously it would have been at the point of broadcast, so it would have been on top. You know, the last thing that gets done would be the glitching. But because of the fact that once you've upscaled, it's loads of memory to process a glitch on those frames. Even with like a small 10 frame segment, it's still a lot to do with the bigger the video we get. So it's kind of funny because you're like, so you have to do it on the small frames, is what I'm saying. You like glitch the small frames and then blow them up. How are we doing, guys? Are we still stuck on that one? Yeah, obviously I've got a slow node. VHS V2 must be quite slow. That's okay. Because the thing is, you've got to think, when we were developing all of this stuff, it was like, oh my god, we can render 2 seconds now. You know what I mean? So probably the most number of frames this ever had through it was 49, and it was, you know, probably pushing it, and it was probably like less. It was probably 640 480 or 720p footage at best. Now we're putting 1080p through it with double. You see, because these nodes might be quite intense. Oh look, it loaded my ring pattern, like I was saying. Ringpattern.npy. Yeah, you'll find it in my custom nodes folder if you want to have a look at that. Right, well, while it's doing this, I'm not going to be sat here waiting, right? I don't do that. So, as a backup, I have this for when this happens. Because I knew this would happen. At the end of every show, the same thing always happens. Something is just going to take really long and, like, you know, kill the momentum. So what I'm going to do is do a little, a crash course on AI mastering with FL Studio. So if you're a Udio user or a Suno user, or if you even just want to master your own music with AI and see what that's like, I doubt it. If you make your own music, you probably know how to master, but there's an outside chance. So if I just open up this folder, what I made earlier, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. Oh, this is, see, this is what happens every time. You can go back and watch the show. Probably happened yesterday. Same thing every time. And new albums. Don't worry, guys, I planned for this. So we're going to look at the Patience album, ironically, you know. So Patience, we're going to take the first track and just drag it in. Cool? Just drag it in. You do not need the paid version of FL Studio for this. And you can get free versions of Ozone Elements. You can get free versions of Ozone, Neutron 5. It's from the same company, right? It's probably part of their starter kit. Okay, we're not using the super expensive version because you don't need it. They made all of this stuff basically free if you just look around, dig around. So I'm going to be using Ozone 11 elements. 10 is fine if you have that. You know, don't worry about the numbers. They put the number gets bigger every year. I'm not sure what changed though. Also, buy it again. So if you can get the free version, get the free version. I think there's like a $25 version even. So it's like, you know, it's not a big deal. Ozone 11 elements, Neutron 5 elements, RX11 D-Hum, and vinyl. I paid for vinyl because I think it's cool. Can we show vinyl? It's right here. Vinyl, I just think it's cool. I use it. I've been using it on my music for years, so I already had it. It's great. Can we put that away again? I don't even need to change it. Same with the D-hum. I have a sample of hum. It's got a nice high bit, because sometimes AI music can be a bit weird. So I'm kind of being a bit of a hack here, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. The two main things are the EQ. Okay, so automatic AI EQ. And then also we have the automatic AI mastering. Okay, now all that put together, I'm going to kill the radio in 3, 2, 1. And now I'm going to turn these speakers up. And then maybe turn it down a little bit. Okay, so this is a nice loud part of the music. We'll let him analyze. And yeah, it's loud, but that's fine. It glitches because CPU load. Explode! Comfy's stealing my cycles as well. That doesn't help. That one's done. Go again. For the EQ this time. You can mess around with all this stuff if you want. I'm happy with that. Wave file. Album. Patience. What's the track name? It's right there. Hold. 01. Hold. And then just make sure you're saving in 64-point sync. Might be quite hard to read that on the screen, but I can't make it bigger. So, WAV as well. You want to do WAV, 16-bit int, 64-bit sync. That's pretty much all. Cut remainder is nice because it just, you know, we've only got one thing loaded. It's pretty straightforward. And when you think about it, it's 3-click mastering because you drop in the track, click the button, wait, click the button, wait. That's 2 clicks. You might make a 3rd click at some point. You know, oh, I'm going to change this slider. I'm going to move this one knob. But if you don't know what they are, it's 3 clicks, isn't it? Save, done, export, right? And what I've tried, you know, I like the idea that you can just come in and do this process and trust that process rather than having to get in and micromanage and all this. Now, I do instrumentals. If you do vocals, there is also the epic Nectar 4 elements, which I'll show you in a second, which is for voices. You know, so I don't have any voices. And if I'm being honest, if I was to add that, it might start glitching out because I'm like reaching the limit of my CPU with what I'm doing. But you can do a lot more than this, you know. This is like, I'm trying to show you like the most casual way to make better audio from AI music with very little effort, you know what I mean? Because these sorts of tools, they've got much more expensive and advanced versions in industry production. So it's like the idea that there's people with walls of knobs fine-tuning everything. It's quite rare. A lot of the time it's VST3 plugins, which is doing all the heavy lifting, guys. You know, like auto-tune is just another plugin. You see what I mean? There's so many plugins. You can actually spend a fortune on plugins, which is why it's nice that these are, you know, professional enough, but also free if you dig around for an old version or a demo pack or something like that. Because the thing is, they're trying to sell you all these extra buttons along the top that I don't even have. Don't need them. Don't need them. Let's have a look at Nectar 4. Wait, where is it? Where is it? I don't see it. Where is it? Open it. It's just not opening. Where is it? Is it hidden behind something else? Hang on. Hang on. Right, put him there. in there. Where has it gone? Making me look silly. So it's right there. What? Oh, there it is. It's hiding up the top. I couldn't even see it. If anybody could see that, I'm sorry for the annoyance there. But yeah, so here we go. So if we take a look at what Nectar does. So this is a voice AI. Yeah? So you play the music where there's lyrics. Is there any lyrics in this song? I don't think there is. I don't think there's many lyrics in any of my songs, to be honest. It's like boo 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 boo. That's how it all sounds. Let's try still. Maybe the next track has words. There's some words. We're in business, guys. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll use this as a little test. So I'm going to go relearn.
Well, how to solve a dust. Why I miss Dom Guppy. He film is the worst seed.
A load of nonsense. Didn't say a word. He went, only nonsense albenin. Abenin and albadoo. Who cares? The beats are dirty. So let's see what it did.
Well, how to solve a dust. Why I miss Dom Guppy. He film is the worst seed.
I think you can hear the difference with that one, yeah? Let's go back again. How about intensity?
Well, how to solve a dust. Why I miss Dom Guppy. He film is the worst seed.
That one's obviously a multiplier. What about the width? Let's go with no width. Lots of width. No width. Oh boy. Double click resets it. And then we have voices and backer. Why won't it let me? It won't let me. Whoa. It won't let me do it. Backer. Raquel. What? What? Huh? Aha. What the? Sorry, guys. Oh boy. That's scuffed. Aha! It was a backer. Okay, let's do that proper. Unison, octaves, octaves. This is your auto tune, isn't it? Hang on. Yeah. Do you like that? It's a lot of fun to play with, guys. You know. And the joke is, this has all been one preset. So, you know, if you wanted, you could find something magical that you like and change it over. You've got a dark rap or airy headphones. I don't even know. There's usually presets as well. Most of the time, you'll have some presets. So look, we got randomize and hybridize. So you can just click random. And it'll just give you some other preset. If you like it, you can save it and use it forever. See, a lot of, you know, sometimes I wonder, is FL Studio the original Vibe app? Because a lot of this is vibes. Think about it. You know, you throw in a sample here, put a little beat there. It's all vibes. It's just you didn't do it with AI. You did it with your brain. You know, or your ears or your heart, or whatever it is you use to figure out, this is what I want to do with this song. Now, I don't ever use this, really. But I think you can appreciate, you know, it sounds different though.
Well,
Bypass.
So
that sample sounded better with the radio effect, because when you hear AI voice, it sounds a bit like it's in a shoe or a tin or something. It's like it's in a really small room. Listen. Well, you probably can't. It's like muffled, if that makes sense. And so when you come in with the balanced presets, singing balanced, or even speaking natural. Turn off the auto tune. Turn off my silly settings. Bypass. Let it learn. I love it. That's my new tune. This is the song. Did it break? No, it's fine. That's normal. Don't worry about it. Don't panic. So let's turn the bypass on. You can hear the difference. Well, I can. I appreciate... I don't have a virtual audio cable to blast my stream with this music, but... So anyway, stop that. It's getting silly. We'll turn that off and we'll get the job done. So straight away, we need to open this up. And we need to run that. And then, as soon as this is finished, I need to run the other one. And then I can save it out, move to the next track, done. And it's actually really easy. I'm just taking my time to explain everything. I hope I'm not getting drowned out by the music right now. It should be okay. You guys can let me know in the comments. Let me see. Probably sound better to use on extracted vocals. Yeah, 100% MC, 100%. You are correct. Dom Tommaso says 4 clicks ain't worth it. Yeah, I know, man. It's too much effort. Why can't I just say make me masterpiece and then have it just painted by a big robot arm, right? That's what I'm aiming for. Goals. I want... Okay, we've done that one. So, start it. There we go. It's been tamed, but not lost volume. You know what I mean? All of that weird AI fuzz is gone. The only other thing is, let me just quickly show you something. This isn't something, in fact, let me just save it out first so I got it done. I want to show you something interesting. And I wonder, actually, are they watermarking the songs? Because I admit to, and in fact, boast and claim, this is all AI. This is all AI. Everything's AI. Because I'm an AI coach and I do AI. That's what I do for a living. But the thing is, I can see why. Like, at first they were like, oh, we need to watermark all the AI stuff because people are going to pretend it's not AI. Which is funny to me because, you know, actually it's the other way around. Real artists call things, you know, like traditional artists will say, I did this with AI, and they didn't. They did it some other way. But because it's so good, you know, anyway, it's all part and parcel of the process. It's so funny. So it's like, and then there were people like, oh, we're going to ban anyone that uses AI, and they banned a load of like traditional artists automatically with AI. We're going to use AI to find the AI and then ban the real humans. Whoops, we made a mistake. I love it. It's so good. Right, hang on. Patience. I'm going to call this one O2 still. All caps. The best comics company. Go like that. Let me see. What's this? Who singer album intro you vocode effects back in the days? Singer album vocode you to vocode effects back in the day. Who intro me? Oh, who introduced me to this? Huh? I'm not sure if I fully understood the question. I think you're asking me who singer album, so that's the bit that's throwing me off, introduced me to vocode effects back in the day. Unless you're asking someone else, which I've missed a chat there. I don't know. It's a weird one. No one introduced me to vocode effects. The reason I even know anything about this is because I've been a computer guy my whole life, and I used to work with underground DJs. So I'd set them up with their Technics equipment and get them on the MIDI stuff, get them on Fruity Loops, so they could make like blasting drum and bass or whatever it is they were making. Some of it was just like, you'd be like, what are you doing, mate? Some of it was insane. Ended up really doing more work with people in the hard house scene. But I've been a technical guy, you know, so I'd come in and I'd make it all work. They'd be like, we've got all this stuff and none of it works. You know what I mean? They'd have all this equipment and it just wouldn't quite work. So I'd come along and be like, oh, you just need this to hook that up. And I've always been like a solutions guy, I guess. So anyway, let's just check out a very simple thing just to show you here. So we've got EQ, right? So if we go for Fruity Parametric EQ2, which is kind of nice, we've got a nice little thing here we can look at. So when I play the tune, it doesn't show me shit because we're not on the effect rack, and we're still not on the effect rack. What's going on? Hang on. We're on a rack 1. That's rack 1. Close that. Let's get another one. What the heck? That should have worked. Give me a minute. Let's get ourselves another film. Stupid. There we go. Right. We can actually see it now. It's like kind of important to be able to see if you can't see it. But yeah, just working for like these crazy DJs that were all about it. I ended up dabbling, do you know what I mean? And just mucking about myself because obviously I'd set it up for people like, oh, I can do that now. So I'd muck about. But I'll be real, my understanding of this stuff pretty much ends when you start getting into the finer points. Because I don't know if you can notice, but it's so small you can't even see it. This reminds me of Blender. So you see like the colors here? You can use the mouse roll wheel button, and there's actually like multi-function. The symbol changes and the number of dots change, and that does something. And then also there's more wheels down here, and there's more. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. This is probably one of the most over-engineered pieces of software I've ever used. More complicated than running a nuclear power station. 100% guarantee. 100% guarantee. Not even a question. But let's just show you what I'm talking about here. Now, we're going to turn the volume down so we can talk about it. But you can just imagine blasting beats. So we're going to watch this. Okay. Keep an eye on the high frequencies and the low frequencies. So that would be each end of the scale. High frequency on the right, low frequency on the left. Okay. Here. Just watch that for a sec. There are some weird high frequency spikes, and there's a hum in the low end which is very strange, and everybody that I speak to that does mastering says the same thing, and I wonder if it's a fingerprint of some kind. It's weird though, because you would think that a fingerprint would be inaudible. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would you make it audible to the human ear when you could put it outside of the frequency range and then any detector can pick it up, but it's not necessarily... I don't know. Maybe it's too easy to like filter out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the mouse wheel on the purple and the blue, and I'm going to choose a different shape. So I'm going to choose that shape, that end. I'm going to choose... See, this is what I mean. Like, how would you even know? Oh, yeah, by the way, mouse wheel, the little blue thing that you can barely see. But this is what it's like when it comes to, like, arcane knowledge. So we change it to this.
Well, how to solve a dust.
And the difference. Remember, we already did auto EQ with the AI, so it didn't do this. And this is super easy. I used to do this by hand to all my tracks. In fact, look, it's actually busting out still. Hang on, I might need to lock it down a bit more. Hold up. God damn it. Yeah. There, it's at 4 now. You see how I tightened it? This is 4. There's 4 dots. I bet you cannot see that even at full screen on 1080. But whatever, we do what I can. I do the best I can, guys. So interestingly, if we grab this and just pull it down, which shouldn't work. See? That shouldn't work. It should be... And also, can you hear that horrible tinniness? Come on. You get... Where is it? No. There. Oh. Anybody that does this for a living is probably cursing me right now, and I do apologize. But that's okay. It's alright. Because here's the fun part. I get rid of this, and this is just a thing here. I can take this and I can scrolly rolly wheel that too to nothing. So I could say, oh, I only want a little bit of that silliness. Maybe halfway. Maybe right there. But anyway, I just wanted to introduce you to the wildness that is this. We didn't even cover obvious stuff like the fact that, you know, I could take... I could take that, I could put that there, maybe put it there, maybe there. The timing's off, but the point I'm trying to make is it's easy to add samples and have layered up structures and whatnot. I would even go so far as to splitting the stems. Nice thing about a lot of the Udio has it, I'm sure Suno has it. They'll actually give you a version of your track which is already in stems, but you can just let's see, it's not the button. Tools. Is it tools? What's the name of the thing with the thing and the thing? I've forgotten the name of the button. I've forgotten the name of the button. Do I have to get a different mouse? Is that what it is? What have I done here? No? No? I know there's a way to do it. Is it there? No, no, no. Ah, yeah, it's right here. No, no, no. See, I get... This is the trouble. Even... I get lost with this thing. Where the hell... So there's a button which you can do it in here. Bottom line. What I'm trying to tell you is there's a way to extract the stems in here. But why can't I find it? Oh my god, turn that down. We got like major vinyl, fake vinyl stuff going on. How did he do it? I could have sworn you just right click and then the option is right there. Quick render, split by channel. No, it's somewhere in there. I'll get back to you on that, guys. I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, so, right, get rid of that, get rid of that, put my next track in. What's the next track going to be, eh? ultimate glitch time. And how are we doing on the video side? Did it even run once? I feel like I got scammed. Scammed? Scammed, maybe. We got this one. I need to make it. Click on the small arrow of the corner of the WAV file. Ah, see, it's always some tiny thing you can't bloody see. The little, wait, yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Where is that little corner thing? Is it there? Oh, for crying out loud. Right, I'm going to get the magnifier out for this one, guys. I just... Is it Control Windows Plus? Or just Windows Plus? Windows Plus. Okay, come on, show me. Come on, Windows Plus. Useless. Right. So the thing that I couldn't find, guys, and thank you very much, Don Tommaso, appreciate, just there. So if you right-click this, it deletes it. Wait, shut up. What are you doing? It's trying to screw me over. Yeah, you annoyance. Hang on a sec. We need to get the brush tool back. Of course, where are all the tools? We're zoomed in now. You can't see anything. Listen, guys, accessibility is their #1 priority, okay? So, right, click on the brush tool, put the track back. Why is it so small and pathetic? It's stupid. Pattern 2, pattern 1, no, okay, we'll just delete that. Just delete it. I'm going to drop it in again because the whole thing's screwed up. Try it again. There. Wait. Yeah. All right. There's mad lag. Control Z. Yeah, I know. I got way too annoyed by it before I even tried to do that. Okay. So what Don was trying to show me, which is what I forgot, is that just next to the track name, not here. That's something else. Not here. Not here. There, where it becomes a finger for just that small 9x9 section of pixels. If you right-click there, we get extract stems from sample along with detect tempo. That's a good one as well, by the way. So you remember I was saying earlier it's easy to add samples in. You probably want to detect the tempo first so that the grid actually lines up with the beat. And then when you put your samples in, they'll actually go with the music. But I missed that out because there's so much nuance here. So yeah, extract the stems. Man, they really don't care about disabled people at Microsoft, do they? You know, like, what are you going to do? I remember I met a guy who was a quadriplegic, and he was controlling his entire computer with his voice. So, like, voice control only. I challenge you to try it. Just voice command only. And this was before AI. It was mad. They had to use this thing called screen grid, and they'd be there like Blade Runner, you know, it'd be like one, zoom, and it like everything gets split into grids. It was so crazy. I was like, man, that's just insane. I mean, I suppose, how do you do it? But you feel bad, right? So off it goes. And it's going to take a minute. But it'll do a better job than what you would find. I think that Audacity can also do the stem splitting. And we can also do it in Comfy UI. There's nodes. Ryan on the inside has Ryan's nodes. They have stem splitting. So you can do it in Comfy as well. And yeah, pretty much what I'm going to be doing whenever I get some time is just remastering these new albums I've finished. So that's the plan there. Let me just go back to the video because I want to actually finish that off. I want to cap that off if we can. Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Shame the other stuff didn't get done though. It just kind of gave up. You see the VHS effects, the flickering and the noise bands and the like I said, if I zoom in, you can really see the artifacts. It looks like an old video game. Do you know what I mean? Now, Bandai Namco presents, I don't know, something. Why did it not do the next thing? Goddamn. You goddamn. Did it do a different one? It's probably because it was too complicated. You know what I mean? It was trying to do all this other stuff. How about we just disable the rest of it and bypass my cool thing? Yeah, we'll bypass the thing. So just... oh, crumbs. Right. Reroute, please. Oh, wait. Ah, it broke it anyway. Never mind. Never mind. It's fine. I'll do it for the demo later. So let's just get rid of all that crap. Okay. And, can't we just go from here? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save some time real quick. And I'm going to take that video, put that there. Put that there. Load the one that we already made. Because the thing is, at the moment... Oi. At the moment... Animate dev... I've never even used this. Format. WAN. Okay. Sure thing. So... I wonder what that does. Is that like an automated thing? I've never changed that. I've never noticed that. I always leave it on animate diff. What the hell does WAN do in the format thing? I don't even know what that does. Load video upload. Okay, well, anyway. We will continue. Go. So, we've now got 233 frames somehow. Okay. Through all the different bits we've done. It looks like shit, but it'll be fine. So, are we running? What are we doing? Loading the video? Ah, crap. Stop. Forgot to disable the first bit. If I want to save time, I'll have to do that, won't I? And again. What do you mean it's missing? What's missing? How about now? Frame rate is missing, it says. You get. How about now? There. It's funny that it needed that. I guess I must have used the same, you know, you use the same bits and pieces. How is it still doing that? Oh, it hasn't. Always at the end of the show, it starts messing around with, oh, I don't know how to stop. Like, suddenly Comfy has no breaks. You know what I mean? Like, whenever we've got, like, you know, the last 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I've gone into overtime because of the fact that, you know what I mean? We're doing overtime. So, I want to finish off what I was trying to show. So, that's what we're doing. Can we make that a little bit bigger so it doesn't look so crap? It still takes all the memory, so it's kind of shitty that you have these crappy previews. Okay, whatever. So off we go. It's going to follow through and glitch all these different things, and hopefully by the end of it... The only thing that's going to be a bit off is this only glitches up to frame 73. So it's going to glitch a lot at the beginning, and then it will smoothen out. But I guess that's not such a bad thing, is it? Because when you think about it, the beginning... Ah, okay, so it's going to get all glitchy here. and then it will rewind. Okay, cool. Because this is like the equivalent of putting 17 jumpers on an attractive girl. You know, you take a nice video and then, and then you make it really hard to figure out what's going on. And hopefully that's interesting enough for the brain when observed, you know, when observed by a human, it might look good. So we're just having fun. Boyo says, I have a metal pole attached to my forehead to type on the keyboard. Hey, man, do you know what? Sometimes I want one of those. I actually think it would be kind of cool. Bosh, bosh. He'd be like that bird Homer Simpson has. Does all the work. So again, as you can see, what we're doing here is we're taking frames, swapping them around, doing effects to them. There's quite a lot of them. So I'm just going to trust the process. And we're going to get something in just a second. Obviously, it's going to carry on and try and do a 2x upscale on it. But what would that do? Take it up to like 2K maybe? So it might just get stuck at that point. So that's why I put this one here. It's kind of funny though, because we started off with an 81 frame generation, did we not? And now we've got like 250 frames. You see? So it's, and we're playing a slower frame rate, you know what I mean? It's partly why. So it doubled the frame rate just from interpreting at a different speed. Because like I said, you know, like a shot of a camera going round a house, that could be as fast or as slow as you need it to be, really. As long as it still looks good, you know. There's a point where there's so many interpolated frames that now it's just garbage. And actually, I do think that generating slow motion, so if you use slow motion in the prompt, it will give you access to like slow motion trail cams and GoPro footage and stuff. And that's really cool because when you come to interpolate slow motion footage, you can actually put it back up to normal speed, but with insane amount of detail. You know what I mean? Because you actually did have a lot of frames to start off with. You know, you didn't start with 16 frames. You might have started with 30 or more. And so slow motion footage will be more detailed when sped up because you didn't use cheap interpolation. You know what I mean? They're all genuine keyframes or whatever. Yeah. So let's have a look at this effect. And this is already in the demo. Oh yeah, baby! Look at that glitch. Got any more glitches for me, or is that it? Oh, we've run out of memory. My the video upscale, yeah. Because remember, this is built for 1080, so it was already at 1080. We were upscaling an upscaled video, so I'm not surprised that ran out of memory. I do actually have a different version of it, though. I do have a different version of it, which is called the Fast interlaced upscaler V4, and the difference with this one is it has a fastest mode, and you can actually go, I think 4x on this one. It's got batch size and precision options, but when I say it's fast compared to blowing up. So when I say fast, it might not be that fast. I think it's definitely still faster than, you know, I think it's still faster than, you know, doing it with an AI alternative. So let's just download that. And did you actually save it then, matey boy? Took a bit of a delay there, didn't it? I think we're going to need more than GPUs soon. We're going to need something a little bit more fundamental. So yeah, we're going to just plug that in there just for the cheap hackery. Cheap hackery, guys. Let's go. Is it still requiring stupid parameters? It is, isn't it? The frame rate parameter is still required. Okay, so let's see if we can blow it up one more time. One more time. If we go like that, that's good enough for me. Go, go, go. It says running in another tab, which is always a bit concerning. It's like, is it? I don't think it is. Don't forget to like the stream. We don't exist if you don't like the stream. Did you know if you don't even get 1,000 likes, your stream doesn't even get promoted or anything? But that's also an interesting way of hiding, is it not? Okay. I wonder how long it will take. 1080 times 4. So that will take it to... Yeah, no it won't. No it won't. Wrong. Yeah, you can't do that, mate. How about 2? Because it's already at 1080. It's probably just going to explode. Still going to explode. Half and full precision. Ah, wait. Turn the batch size down, idiot. I'm not running on the cloud. Oh yeah, speaking of the cloud, how's the cloud doing? I completely forgot about it, guys. It's 72 cents an hour, but I have $50 of, like, you know, credit they paid me, so... Ooh! Hey, hey, hey! So how about we just listen to... the bass. That's just the bass. The bass. Not bad. Needs a bit of oh, it's glitching hard. Oh, I know why it's glitching. I know why it's glitching. It's glitching because we're doing silly high batch. We've killed it. It's dead. She's dead. She's dead, Jim. The upscaler's killed it. It's dead. We're glitching. We're glitching hard. Listen to this. Listen to this. The screams of a tortured CPU. Oof. Ooh, it's making noises like you know, like a microwave makes. It's making like different various tones. It's trying to communicate with me right now. If I move the mouse, you get nothing. Okay. We cooked it. So yeah, basically that would be the fast V4. Extremely. No, I think I forgot that actually it was 250 frames worth. So I hit Control Alt Delete quite some time ago, just to give an indication of how screwed it is right now. Don't worry though, this happens occasionally. So I think what I'll be doing is waving adieu from the Black Void, because she's dead, Jim. Take it down. Come on. Oh, crushing. So people were complaining we didn't break anything today. Well, that was a forced restart live on stream. So I think we did it, guys. I think we did it. That's another successful stream. Call it goals, I guess you could say. I'm going to attempt to restart the machine now. The BIOS is probably very unhappy. We'll get there. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. So I'll see you at 8 p.m. And I hope you all have a lovely evening.